back for another video. In the last couple of videos, we've gone through various different things for Knowt. Today, we actually want to go over a brand new feature that we've just launched, which is connection to Google Classroom. So this has been a feature I think a lot of people have been waiting for, and we're really proud to have launched it just to kind of speed along the process and make the video as short as possible. I've just jumped ahead and gone to create class, which you can get through from the main dashboard. And if you're unfamiliar with how to get to it, please watch the main dashboard video, and it kind of explains how to get to the screen. But yeah, we've just set up, our class name, description, grade, subject, and we actually have, different weightages and grade cutoffs already set by default from Knowt, but you don't have to use any of this. You can use your Google Classroom. So this is a pretty big advantage for a lot of teachers and a lot of you that are using Google Classroom already. And you can use Knowt as an assignment creation tool and actually post the assignments directly onto your Google Classroom. So you don't need to shift your whole classroom over to Knowt. We understand that every school and every teacher uses a different method. So if you want to keep everything on Google Classroom, that's completely fine. You can just use Knowt as a way to give assignments instead of sending out a Google form that may not work well for your needs and also may require a lot of work for you to create. So if you want to connect your class to Google Classroom, just create the class and press connect now. Actually, we'll pull this right in. You can actually see that it'll ask you to choose an account. So we'll jump right into my personal account, and it'll ask me, hey, pick your Google class. So do you want to import your students? And these are the classes that you have created on Google Classroom. We'll just go ahead and choose US History, and it'll tell me, hey, your students will be invited after your class is created. So once you press create class, all of the students that are already registered in my Google Classroom will be invited automatically to join Knowt. So it's really great. You don't have to do much effort. And now all of a sudden, once you should see, I should say connected, all of a sudden you press create, and once a class is created, you're linked up with Google Classroom. You've basically uh, eliminated a lot of work for yourself. And now once your students start to join in, they should be getting their emails, very shortly. They'll start joining in and they'll fill the screen, and you can jump in and create assignments as you normally would. You'll see here we have an indicator that you've already connected to Google Classroom. So this is great. I mean, and we offer a lot of things, more on top of Google Classroom. So let me just show you really, really quickly. So if we actually create create a note, we'll just jump back out of here. We'll create an assignment really quickly just to show you how the other features work. So let's call this assignment one, and we'll just go ahead and create it real quick. Once that assignment has been created, we can actually show you what more things you can do with Knowt and Google Classroom. So here you'll see this is an assignment we've created. You can actually go ahead and click Publish to Knowt. Once you do that, once you publish to Knowt, we'll actually show you a new button called Publish on Google Classroom. Now this is great. So once you've published your assignment to Knowt, you can publish on Google Classroom. It'll say connecting to Google Classroom, and it'll actually post the assignment onto your Google Classroom page without any effort from you whatsoever. Now there's a link on your Google Classroom page that shows your assignment. Your students can click on it, take the assignment, and you can continue on with focusing on teaching your lessons. So once you've done that, you just click out of here. You'll see we have an assignment coming up, and your students will actually start to populate. Their grades will start to populate here. And I know what you might be thinking. Hey, you said I could use Google Classroom for everything, and I just could use a Knowt for assignments, and that still holds. So even though your students' grades will pop up here, all you have to do is press Submit Grades, and it'll say assignment hasn't closed yet. But once your assignment has closed, all of the grades for your students will go directly to Google Classroom. So you've eliminated a lot of work from your plate. So not only have you saved time in creating the class all over again, inviting your students, creating an assignment, and then also submitting grades. So you've saved a bunch of time, and it's very, very simple to get started with Knowt and Google Classroom. Please let us know if you have any other questions or would like to see a more detailed video about this. But that's been a quick walkthrough of how Knowt works with Google Classroom and how you can use it for your classroom needs. Thank you so much. Bye.